think you can survive a zombie apocalypse if one was to ever happen? Let's lock in. Everybody be active and answer as they go. Here we go, chat. Let's lock in, dude.
Begin. So you've just confirmed it. It's a zombie outbreak. You live in the second floor apartment in a medium-sized city, and it's the first 10 minutes. What do you do?
Okay, chat, I'm gonna repeat the question. You just confirmed it. It's a zombie outbreak. You live in a second floor apartment in a medium-sized city. In the first 10 minutes, what do you do?
Option A, leave immediately by car and head towards the countryside. Option B, grab a backpack and head on foot to the nearest supermarket. Option C, wait a bit, gather information, and then leave before nightfall. Or option D, stay put and begin fortifying your home.
Okay, what are y'all doing? Everybody answer in the chat. I'm saying D. I'm gonna stay put. I'm gonna build a damn fortress in that bitch, bro. I'm talking about, I'm about to have barricades. I'm about to have a full-on army tank in that damn house, bro. I'm talking about if you try and walk up in that bitch, you getting blew to smithereens, bro. I'm saying D. What is everybody else in the chat saying? A? Y'all are all saying A. Leave immediately, buy a car, and headed toward the countryside. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. That could work. But listen, let's lock in. Let's see what the answer is.
So the correct answer is option D, stay put and begin fortifying
Oh my
your
God.
home.
Now let me explain to y'all why I said I'm about to stay home. Listen, the reason, oh, chat, my bad. The reason I said I was gonna stay home is because think about it like this. If you stay in your apartment and you just build a fort, make sure there's no way of no type of entrance, nobody can get into this house, even a human. Lucky, get back in that corner. Get back in the corner. Chat, y'all seen that shit? He was trying to be slick, bro. Chat, did y'all see that, bro? He was trying to be slick. He stayed in the corner, but he was having his head turn around, bro. He was trying to play me as a fool. Now, the reason I said D is because think about it as if you was living by yourself. Let's say it's just you in this apartment, right? If you build that fortress up, if you have enough barricade, and if you make sure that absolutely nothing can get through that door, as long as it's a human or a zombie, you're gonna be perfectly fine if you wait it out. It's probably not gonna be fun waiting it out, but if you wait that thing out, it's gonna be perfectly fine at the end. And you're gonna be one of the only people surviving through that shit, bro. So you gonna have the damn warrior badge. You know what I'm saying, chat?
So the reason that this is the right answer is because leaving in the first wave is often one of the riskiest things that you can do. During the first wave of an outbreak, infrastructure breaks down basically instantly. The roads are full of accidents and abandoned cars, emergency.
Yeah, bro, y'all gotta think about that. Whenever a zombie apocalypse, or if a zombie apocalypse was to break out, everybody would be in their vehicles. Like 90% of people are gonna be on the roads trying to leave as fast as possible and get the fuck up out of there, bro. I'm not gonna be one of them because I'm staying my ass up in that house and I'm finna just barricade the fuck out that apartment. But most people are gonna be zooming out of that bitch, ready to leave. They don't want zombies jumping on top of their cars, bro.
Services are overwhelmed or completely gone, and if you're in a vehicle, you're likely gonna get stuck. And if you're on foot,
That's
you're
facts.
probably gonna be exposed. Another reason to stay put is because you have more control at home. You know your layout, your entry points, and what you have at home. You're able to block doors, ration supplies, and also reduce noise. All in all, staying put has fewer variables and more you can control, and there's also just less visibility to the outside world and its threats. Public
Hey, that's
spaces
so
during this time are basically
true.
chaos zones.
Wait, hold on. Did this girl this lady must be preparing for this shit or something. Why the hell she knows so much information in depth like that, bro? She full on explaining what the hell you need to do if a zombie apocalypse happens. It's like she done lived this shit out, bro. Come on.
Because supermarkets and gas stations
Scoop
are
zombies from the
early
balcony?
hotspots for
No, we ain't scooping them from the balcony. We finna throw their asses off of that balcony.
violence, looting, infection spread. The majority of people that die early in disaster events do so because they go out thinking that they can grab more supplies. Another reason to
Oh,
stay
yeah, hey, think about that. If you try and go out and grab more supplies, there's a very high chance you die. It's very high risk, high reward. But if you chance it and you have the right materials to go out and get them things, you need to go get them, because otherwise you're gonna starve in that bitch, bro.
Is because waiting often gives you more information. In the next
Yeah,
12
CJ,
to
that's true.
48 hours, you'll learn what's happening, where to go or avoid, and whether there's an organized response.
Hey, yo,
And
Donovan,
so
have an
people who
amazing
leave
night.
immediately often walk into blind danger. The only exceptions where leaving might be the right choice is if your building is actually compromised, like if there's an infected person inside and there's no way to secure it, or if you have a clear escape plan with
Oh, wait, chat, that is facts. If your apartment complex is like, oh, what would they call it? Infected, I guess? If somebody in your apartment complex is infected, get your ass up out of there, bro. Because they might know their way around that apartment, and they might know a way to get up in that room. And then, if a zombie got the ways to know how to do a pick lock, if a zombie smart enough to do a pick lock, bitch, you better run.
packaged supplies and like a safe destination, or if you live somewhere that's completely indefensible. So for example, there's a glass storefront, or you're on the ground floor, or if there's wide entry points. But other than that, the safest thing to do is to stay and fortify and wait. So you've decided to stay put and ride out the first wave in your apartment. You've locked the doors, you've pulled the curtains, and you've confirmed it's a real outbreak. What's the smartest next move? Option A,
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the question. You've decided to put a ride out the first wave. Wait, hold on. You've decided to stay. You've decided to stay put and ride out the first wave from your apartment. You've locked the door, pulled the curtains, and confirmed it's a real zombie outbreak. What is the next smartest move that you're gonna make?
start moving heavy furniture to block entry points. Option B, fill bathtubs, sinks, and pots with clean water. Option C, inventory your kitchen and make a ration plan. Or option D, turn on the news and call your loved ones for updates.
Okay, I think I'm gonna say A. I'm gonna say option A. And let me explain why. The first thing you wanna do when there's an outbreak, actually, hold on, whoa. Actually, hold on, let me rethink this real quick. I think I would actually pick C. And the reason I would pick C is because the first thing, right? If a zombie outbreak just happened, that means there's not a lot of people infected, right? There's not a lot of people affected at the very beginning. So you kind of have a little bit of time to go out, make sure you can get food, make sure you can get supplies, make sure you have enough in your home to live while the breakout's happening. And then you can worry about moving heavy furniture, blocking the entry points, and filling up the bathtub and the sinks and all of that shit, you know? Because all of your water supplies, all of your food supplies, everything is gonna be cut out whenever the zombie apocalypse happens.
The correct answer is option B, fill all possible containers with clean
Oh
water.
my gosh, yo, I love my truck fucking smacked it on the dot. I love my truck sniped the fuck out of that shit, bro. Okay, listen, that does kind of make sense though, because if you think about it, that's the only water that you're gonna have while the zombie apocalypse happens, because if you run your water while everybody's getting infected, you may get infected because the bacteria that is turning people into zombies might be in your water. Oh my gosh, yo, think about that. That's probably why this is the right, you know what? I should have picked B, bro.
So the reason this is the right answer is because in disaster scenarios, especially when infrastructure is unstable, water is often one of the first systems to fail. City water might stop flowing or become
Facts.
contaminated within hours of an
Oh my
outbreak.
gosh!
And since you're at home and you have a bathtub, bathtubs can act as large reservoirs for washing or flushing, and pots
Oh my god, whoa. No, I just fucking cooked with that. I just straight up cooked with that shit, bro. Did I or did I not just cook? I damn near word for word just said her bullet points without knowing what the hell they was gonna be.
bottles and kettles are drinking water reserves. Because the power might cut out at any time, this is definitely the most important thing to do, and you should fill any container while the water pressure is still on. So why are the other options not correct? So option A, if you barricade, this is important, but time-sensitive utilities come first. For option C, ration plan.
Yeah, but look, think about it. That's why I said food, because I feel like food is the most important thing to go get, because if people are steadily getting infected, and if a zombie outbreak just happened, you would think that you wouldn't want to be out and about literally just walking around while people are steadily getting infected, you would want to do that first, in my opinion. Or that's how I would think, because you could fill the bathtubs and the sink and the pots and pans and shit with all clean water after you get back from going and making that grocery trip and shit. But if you don't got them groceries, if you don't got enough food, if you don't got enough, supplies to make you actually stay healthy, eating and drinking wise, you're gonna die, bro, of starvation. Maybe not starvation, because you could go like 30 days without eating or drinking anything. But you get my point, right?
Again, this is smart, but no food is a problem in 3 days, while no water is a problem in the first day. And option D, turning on the news and calling your loved ones.
That's
that
just
sounds
dumb.
useful, but communication noise risks attention, and you can also gather that information.
Why the fuck would you worry about the news stations, bro? Out of everything, you're gonna worry about the news stations? Fuck no, that's the dumbest thing on that board you could have picked. Why would you turn on the news? That's like all the degenerates nowadays. Whenever some serious shit happens nowadays, people don't go have their own thoughts and opinions. They don't go watch real outlets and shit that's giving real advice and real evidence to certain shit. They go to stupid ass TikTok and YouTube shorts, and they go to social media to try and find their answers on shit, bro. It's dumb, dude. Don't go to the news if you're trying to find answers about a damn zombie apocalypse, gang. Just do what you gotta do and get the fuck ready before you die and become a zombie your damn self.
After securing the basics. Okay, so it's 15 minutes in, containers are full, the pressure is dropping, the power is still on, but it could cut out at any moment. What's the smartest next move? Option
Containers are full, pressure is dropping, power is still on, but can get cut at any moment. What's the smartest next move?
A, inventory food in order of perishability and set ration sizes. Option B, stand on the balcony to gauge how many people are on the street. Option C, drag a bookcase against your front door for extra bracing. Or option D, write a visible note on your front door saying, alive inside, uninfected, in case help comes.
Oh, whoa, hold on. This is kind of a hard question right here. Wait a second. I'm gonna have to think of this. Containers are full, pressure is dropping, power is still on, but can get cut at any moment. What's the next smartest move? Inventory food in order of inventory food in order of, I don't know what the fuck that word is, and set ration sizes, which I feel like would make sense, but I don't think that's the right answer. Stand on the balcony to gauge how many people are on the street. No, that's definitely not the right answer. Drag a bookcase against your front door for extra bracing. Write a visible note on your front door saying alive inside, uninfected, in case help comes. Okay, I'm gonna be real. My first thought was D. And I thought A was gonna be wrong. But I think A is the right answer. I love my truck. That's why I didn't say D. Because what if these zombies can read, bro? Like, low-key, think about that. What if these zombies can read? Then you're cooked. You're fucking dead, bro. Chat, look at this motherfucker. Lucky? Bro, do you think you're slick? Get in the corner and stay. You ain't slick, bro. Chat, y'all seen how slick he thought he was? He over there putting his damn head out the corner, trying to turn around and look at me like he on some slick shit, bro. So I'm gonna say A. I think A is the correct answer here.
So the correct answer here is option A, inventory and ration.
Let's fucking go!
So the reason that this is important is because
I'm surviving this shit so far. These zombies ain't got shit on me, bruh.
a calorie plan prevents panic eating and also using fridge power while you still have fridge power. Option B is incorrect because this makes you a visible target. Your silhouette against the sky is bait for both infected people and opportunistic.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, I got the worst cramp of my life. Oh my god, yo, chat, I can't walk. Bro, my leg is cramped so bad right now. Holy shit, I can barely walk. That's the furthest my leg will stretch out. Yo, I just felt every single muscle and tendon in my body uncramped just then. What the? Oh my god, what was that, bro? I've never felt that in my life. I thought my leg was just about to fall off my fucking body, chat. Holy shit. Bro, that hurt. Like, actually fucking hurt. Okay, let's lock in.
Survivors, and it's not worth the risk this early. Option C, bracing the door, is not wrong, but it's slightly premature. You're still gonna want flexibility to move between the rooms and also possibly scavenge from your neighbors or adjust sound or light control. And option D, the front door note, this might emotionally feel smart, but ultimately it's a liability. This is because it draws attention to your apartment, and it also gives away the fact that someone is alive inside and likely with resources.
My only thing is, I don't think zombies can read, but I feel like it would, like she just said, you're kind of setting a target on yourself. There's gonna be people in that apartment complex that don't have the resources they need, that don't have everything that they could use for the zombie apocalypse, and they might be willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to be able to get them resources. So if that house ain't locked up, and if you got a note on your door saying, I'm still alive, they might come in that bitch guns blazing and blow that whole damn apartment room up, bro.
It also just increases your risk of being targeted by desperate people, and there's no guarantee who reads this note.
Exactly.
So you're an hour into the outbreak, the supplies are counted, you share the space with your two flatmates. What's the next priority? Option A, establish a silent alert or knock code for movement inside the flat. Option B, cook a large hot meal before the gas or electricity dies. Option C, assign one person to sit by the peephole and watch the hallway. Or option D, start binge charging every device you own.
I'm gonna say option D. Chat, what do y'all think? I'm gonna say option D right here. The reason is because out of all of the stuff, if you really think about it, actually no, hold on. A device isn't really gonna do you any good, especially not for a zombie apocalypse. If you have all of your devices charged, if you really think about it, you're not going to use them devices, bro. There's probably not even gonna be any service or signal. Everything's probably gonna be shut down. That's what I would imagine during a zombie apocalypse. So I will probably say, okay, I would say A. I think A is the right answer. Because if you think about it, if you're with somebody and if you're in that apartment with other people, you're gonna have to like find ways to communicate without being too loud. Because if you're too loud, it's gonna draw attention.
So the correct option is option A, to have a silent alert system.
Oh my god!
So the reason this is the right
I'm so fucking glad I swapped my answer. I was about to pick D until I realized I was tweaking. I was fixing to pick D until I realized that could have been really bad. Okay, the reason A is right, and I'm gonna snipe this real quick. The reason that A is right is because if you don't have a communication system with your partner, in a zombie apocalypse, every single zombie movie I've ever watched, zombies are hyper aware. They're allowed to hear shit from very far distances. And if you're a zombie, imagine you hearing, hey bro, let's go get some fucking food. Let's go get some food. Or even, hey bro, let's go get some food. Imagine there's a zombie right outside your door. Bam. I heard food in there. That's what that zombie gonna be thinking. It's gonna be like, okay, bet, I just heard some fucking food in there. Let me go check it out. And then it's gonna come in there, eat your ass. Pause. I'm not talking about eating ass. I'm talking about eating your ass. You know what? Let me just stop. I need to stop talking. But they gonna eat your ass, bro.
answer is because having discipline in how you communicate can stop accidental shouting, accidental noise, and door opens later. Hot food and device charging matters, but all of these other things can wait until rules against loud mistakes, which are potentially fatal mistakes, are put in place. Okay, so you're now 2 hours into the outbreak. Communications are set and it's still quiet outside. What do you do next? Option A, pick one windowless interior room as the fallback or the sleep space. Option B, clear the hallway outside your unit of any loose objects. Option C, start boiling tap water to sterilize it while power remains. Or option D, spread your stored water containers across different rooms in case of a breach.
Communications are set. It's still quiet outside. What's the sensible next action? Select one windowless interior room as the fallback sleep space. Clear the hallway outside of your unit of any loose objects. Start boiling tap water to sterilize it while power remains. Spread your stored water containers across different rooms in case of breach. I'm gonna be honest here. I feel like A is the answer they want you to choose, but I think D is the smartest answer, because if you're thinking about it in a realistic standpoint, A is something you can do while you're fixing to go to sleep. It's something that you can set up right before bed. Spreading your stored out waters is a very important thing, because what if before you go to sleep, all that water is in one area and zombies end up breaking into your apartment, and while they're breaking into your apartment, imagine you have no water in any other area besides that one spot, and that's where the zombies are. You're fucked. You have no water then. You're absolutely cooked, bro. So I'm gonna say D.
So the correct option here is option A, designate a fallback room.
I'm breaking something. I'm breaking something. What the fuck, brother? How is that right, brother? I'm gonna crash the fuck out, brother.
So the reason this is the right answer is because if the outer flat is breached, you need a last line of defense already chosen. So this is about prioritizing worst case.
You need a last line of defense already chosen. Yo. And what the hell you gonna do when you ain't got no water because these zombies broke into your house before you could find a room without windows and shit, bro? What you gonna do? Nothing. You gonna be waterless because your ass didn't make the right decision. You gonna be parched as fuck.
Case
And it ain't gonna be my fault because I chose
By the
D.
2-hour mark, we're assuming you've already secured water, you've already locked down, and you've gone dark, and also the initial chaos has passed, but stability is still fragile. So option B, clearing the hallway of loose objects, is a good idea, but it's not really worth the risk of sound unless there's an active threat outside. Option C, boiling the water, sounds smart, but you've already filled containers at this point, and the tap water is still running, so it's not yet unsafe. The power right now might stay on for hours, or it might just cut suddenly.
Quick fact, tap water's not safe right now. It's got chemicals, it's got metals, and it's got all kinds of dirty shit in it. So tap water is not good as it is right now without a zombie apocalypse.
But even then, you can boil the water from the fallback room later. Boiling it right now just creates unnecessary heat, noise, and smell, which are all signals that you want to prevent early on.
Chad, she getting down to the damn nitty gritty, bro. I'm talking about she really over here explaining this shit to a full T, bruh.
And finally, D, spreading the water containers around the room. This is like a good idea, but it's minor optimization. Obviously, if you're breached, you don't want all of.
Okay, I want to see you get stuck in a damn apartment with no waters for a damn week, and then see what happens. Especially when what if the zombies break into your apartment room, and the one room that they broke into is the room with the waters in it, and now you can't go get the waters because the zombies are taking over the fucking room. You're gonna be stuck with no water and you're gonna be parched as fuck, like I just said.
Your water in one place, but again, if you're breached that badly, the whole
CJ,
flat is
facts.
essentially compromised. And the fallback room should already have its own mini storage. Okay, so you've made it to the end of day 1. The barricades, water, food, signals, safe room, and hygiene are all handled. What should you do to finish the day? Option 1, stay awake all night in rotating 2-hour guard shifts. Option B, start a small cooking fire on the balcony to reduce indoor smells. Option C, signal from a window in Morse code that survivors are inside. Or option D, mentally map a 10 to 14 day isolation timeline and nightly routine.
Automatically, I'm saying D because that is the smartest thing to do. If the answer is any different, I'm breaking my setup and I'm kicking this whole fucking PC off of this desk. Y'all are gonna see a crash out. This question better not be wrong because I'm telling y'all, if she says option A is right, or option B, or C, chat, think about it. Just a minute ago, she said smells and any kind of heat is bad because it attracts zombies. C, she said any noise or any type of like loud sounds are going to cause zombies. And then A, That's a good idea, but it's not something that's necessary because think about it, bro. As long as you're barricaded and as long as you stay really good in the same spot and you make sure the place you're sleeping is secured, you're gonna be chilling, bro. I'm saying D.
So the correct answer here is option D, build.
Oh my God, yes! I fucking told y'all, bro. I just got done explaining it. She said this shit before. Option B and option C are both things that she just got done saying were completely wrong. You shouldn't do. I'm so smart, bro. Hey, listen, I know I might not have the biggest brain, and I know my English might not be the best, and I know I might not be the smartest human on this planet, but this bitch works when it needs to, and it needs to work right now, because, chat, I ain't getting this shit wrong. I'm not dying in no zombie apocalypse, bro. I'm surviving that shit, whether the zombies want me to or not.
Timeline. So the reason that this is the right answer is because this sets psychological expectations and also ration discipline. Setting fires, making signals, or having exhausting all-night watches just create risk without adding any immediate survival value. So it's now been 48 hours since the beginning of the outbreak. You've not heard any sirens, no screams, no gunfire, just silence.
Wait, I wonder how many questions there are. Okay, this is question 7. There is 28 questions. Bet, bro, bet.
You crack a window and you listen, and movement sounds faint and far away. What do you do now? Option A, slide open the window a few more inches for ventilation because the air inside is stale. Option B, scan the street from behind the curtain for movement or patterns. Option C, step briefly onto your balcony and confirm how many bodies you can see below. Or option D, knock on the ceiling to check if the neighbors upstairs are still alive.
It's been 24 hours, no sirens, no screams, no gunfire, just silence. You crack a window and listen. Movement sounds faint and far. What do you do? Slide open the window a few inches for ventilation. The air inside is stale. Scan the streets from behind the curtains for movement or patterns. Step briefly into the balcony to confirm how many bodies are below. Knock on the ceiling to check if the neighbor upstairs is still alive. I'm gonna be honest. I think the best option here would be. Oh, this one's hard, bro. Out of all of these options so far, I think this is the hardest one. Slide open the window a few inches for ventilation. The air inside is stale. Scan the street behind the curtain for movement or patterns. Step briefly into the balcony to confirm how many bodies are below. Knock on the ceiling to check if the neighbors upstairs is still alive. I think option D. No. I'm not gonna get this shit wrong. I'm not getting this shit wrong right here, bro. I'm gonna say scan the street from behind the curtains for movement or patterns. That's what I'm gonna say. Option B is my answer.
So the correct answer here is option B, scan the street discreetly.
Oh my God, wait, I actually got that right. I'm a genius, bro. I've gotten one of these wrong. Out of the whole time I've been doing this, I've gotten one of them wrong. I'm actually a genius. Okay, so far, I've done pretty well on this.
So the reason that this is correct.
Your cam is paused? What do you mean? Wait, I love my truck. What do you mean by that, bro? My cam is paused? It doesn't say it. It says my camera's fine on my screen. I don't know. I'm locking in.
Is because in the 48-hour period, this phase is about information without exposure. If you're looking quietly through a covered window, this can give you insight into movement without sound or silhouette. Opening a window or stepping outside creates unnecessary noise and profile. And knocking is an even worse idea because you don't know who's alive or what they'd do if they heard you. You suspect—
Yo, Lily T, what's freaking good, dude? Lily T, how are you freaking doing? Lily, we're doing a zombie apocalypse quiz right now. There's not many people in the chat right now, but that's okay because after this, I'm doing some gaming, bro. We already had some really good we already had a really good segment before this, but I'm excited for the segment after this.
That the apartment—
Yo, Ruby, what's good, dude?
The door is cracked. What do you do? Option A, enter quietly and search it for supplies. Option B—
Okay, you suspect the apartment across the hall is abandoned. The door is cracked. What's your next move?
Close and secure the door from the outside to prevent risk later. Option C, leave it untouched. Or option D, knock once, wait, and then cautiously enter with your knife drawn.
Enter quietly and search for supplies. Close the secure door from the outside to prevent risk later. Leave it untouched. Knock once, wait. Knock once, wait, then casually enter with a knife drawn. I'ma just tell you this. A knife ain't doing shit to a zombie, bro. If you think a knife is about to do anything to a damn zombie, you're tripping. A knife might stun it for a second. It might make the zombie go, ouch, my chest. I have no brain cells. I'm absolutely fucking dead, but I don't care. You know, you're not doing shit to a zombie with a knife. So I think I'm gonna say leave it untouched. If it was me in this situation, I would just leave it alone. Now, option A is a good choice, but you gotta think about it. If you go in there, if you leave your apartment to go open this door and search it, what if there's a zombie in there hiding around the corner? What if there's a zombie under the bed? What if a damn zombie hanging from the ceiling or some shit about to drop on your ass right when you walk into that door? You never fucking know. So you best stay your ass in the apartment.
So the correct answer here is option A, enter quietly and search. So the reason this is the right answer is because at this point, controlled scavenging is strategic. If a room is clearly empty, it's better that you take its resources before someone clearly more desperate does.
Okay.
Avoiding all unknowns also isn't sustainable long term. Don't knock, don't announce, don't waste the opportunity. At night, you hear footsteps and whispering outside your apartment door. It's clearly human. What do? Option A, stay completely silent. Don't move, don't make noise. Option B, whisper to your group to grab weapons in case they come in. Option C, make a deliberate sound to show that you're at home and you're not worth breaking in. Or option D, wait for them to move on and then open the door quietly to check.
Ooh, I don't know here. I feel like wait for them to leave and like wait for them to kind of move past the door and then open it. But I also feel like A, because she's been saying the whole time that any noise or anything will alert a zombie. So if it is a human, you wouldn't want to make noise because the zombie would alert to that and then it would see the human in the hallway and you would just be killing another human. But if it's a zombie instead of a human, you don't want to make noise because they're going to come after your ass. So I'm going to say A.
So the correct answer here is option A, stay silent. So the reason that this is the right answer is because
am I not the smartest motherfucker on this planet? Holy shit. I'm barely getting these wrong.
this isn't the time to act. Silence is your defense. If they're looters, they'll avoid resistance, and if they're panicking, noise can make them choose your door. If they're infected, sound draws them. You only move if they try to enter, and even then, you don't speak. Your flatmate whispers too loudly during a routine water check, and you hear him.
Yo, cause think about it. If you sit there and make all this noise, if you sit there and do all this extra shit that you don't have to do, it's just one step closer to possibly being eaten by a damn zombie, bruh.
Muffled groan from somewhere in the hallway a few minutes later. What do? Option A.
Your flatmate whispers to you loudly during a routine water check. You hear a muffled groan from somewhere in the hallway a few minutes later. What do?
Take a position at the door with a weapon in case someone comes through. Option B, quietly relocate everyone to your fallback room and lock the door. Option C, tell them to stay put and go investigate alone while it's quiet. Or option D, whisper sharply at them, telling them to shut up and listen.
This is hard. Yo, these questions just progressively get harder and harder and harder, bro. Take position at the point, take position at the door with a weapon in case something comes through. Quietly relocate everyone to your fallback room and lock the door. Tell them to stay put, go investigate alone while it's quiet. Whisper sharply at them, telling them to shut up and listen. I'm gonna say option B, and the reason I'm gonna say option B is because if you think about it this way, earlier she said that the most important thing for question number 3, I'm pretty sure, was a fallback room. She said a fallback room was more important than almost anything. That way, you can have that fallback room in case anything bad happens. So I'm gonna say B is my answer.
So the correct answer is option B, relocate to the fallout room. So the reason this is the right answer is because containment is the protocol here. Fallback spaces exist for this reason. You don't split up, you don't go hunting, and you don't escalate anything. This is
Bro,
defensive discipline.
What am I telling y'all, bruh? I'm right every time.
Move to the stronghold and listen. If nothing happens, then you wait. And if something breaches, you're ready. You overhear a broadcast on a still working radio. Evacuation might be happening 6 miles away at an old stadium, but you don't have any further details and there's also no schedule. What do you do? Option A, immediately pack and leave while the streets are quiet. Option B, wait 24 hours to gather more information or listen for updates. Option C, prepare a bag and scout the route before committing. Or option D, ignore it.
You overhear a podcast on a still working radio. Evacuate may be happening 6 miles away at an old stadium. No details, no schedule. What do you do? Immediately pack and leave while the streets are quiet. Wait 24 hours to gather more info or listen for updates. Prepare a bail bag and scout the route before committing. Ignore it. I think I'm gonna say, oh, I don't want to get this wrong because I'm on a streak right now. Chat, I'm on a fucking streak right now, bro. Okay, bet Lily. Bro, I'm on a streak right now. So I don't want to get this wrong. I think I'm gonna say immediately pack and leave while the streets are quiet. I don't think that's smart, bro. Because if you just get up and leave without knowing anything, you're putting yourself at risk. Wait 24 hours and gather more info or listen for updates. I feel like if you wait 24 hours, it's the smartest thing to do, because if you wait that 24 hours, there's a possibility that another evacuation is going to happen. So you may or you may not have a chance to get out of that town again. So for this answer, I'm going to say B.
So the correct answer here is option C, which is prepare to...
I was gonna fucking say it! Oh my god, no! I broke my streak! Oh, what the fuck, dude? I had it right, bro. I was fixing to say C, and I didn't. I second guessed myself. Yo, Preston, if you second guess yourself again, I'm gonna beat my own ass. I'm gonna start. Nah, I'm trolling. But bro, why the fuck did I have to get that wrong, bro? Come on, dude. Lock in, chat. We can't be doing that shit no more.
So
No
the
more
reason this is
second
the right
guessing.
answer is because if you leave now, you risk walking into chaos or nothing at all. But
That's what I
ignoring it
just said.
completely is also a gamble. The
Exactly.
right call here is controlled contingency. You should
No, because think about it, bro. If you ignore it completely, you're just you could be completely disregarding leaving the town and never getting out of it. If you go out and immediately do it, you might die. But if you pack a bag, scout the route and all of that, sure, you're gonna be able to get to that escape point. But what if something bad happens, bro? Why not wait 24 hours and possibly have an even better evacuation plan? Why not wait 24 hours and have an even better system and have an even better scouted out route of where you're gonna go to escape the town? That would make more sense. A 24-hour plan is better than a couple hour plan. You know what I'm saying, bro?
prep a bag, watch for signals, and then assess the route. Okay, so you've gathered your bag, and now you have to choose one weapon to take when fleeing the apartment. What's the smartest grab? Option A is a long crowbar. Option B, a short machete. Option C is a steel baseball bat. Or option D, a cordless drill.
Y'all already fucking know what I'm choosing. In every single zombie movie that I've ever watched, you know what they got? Swing, bada, swing! They got a damn baseball bat. I'm gonna walk around that motherfucking town with a baseball bat in my hands like this. Bing! I'm talking about home runs across the whole fucking city, bro. Y'all finna see me like Babe Ruth. I'm gonna be on national television, dude. I'm saying C, chat. Baseball bat.
So the correct answer here is option A, the long crowbar.
Okay, fuck you in that crowbar. You must not want to have some fun, bro.
So the reason this is the right answer is because this is the weapon that you're gonna grab before leaving your apartment. So the weapon choice here needs to factor in
Why is that gonna be the weapon that you grab before you leave your apartment? She's not explaining. Please explain.
Number 1, how lethal it is against zombies, especially skull trauma. Number 2,
Shorty, I don't think you're using your fucking brain correctly. I would much rather get hit in the head with a crowbar than I would a steel baseball bat at full force. Think about that. A steel baseball bat? If you rear that bitch back like this, and you get into that Babe Ruth stance, and you full on boom, you know how far that zombie's head is fixing to go? You're gonna make his neck and head do a full 360 on his body, bruh. If you knock a damn zombie out with a bat, it's done for. A crowbar is a good weapon, but a bat is superior, bruh.
2, utility in the field. So how it works.
Ruby, that's what I just got done saying. Every fucking zombie movie that I've ever watched, it was always baseball bats that they used, bro. Every
doors,
time.
fences, or breaking into places. Number 3, durability and portability. You want a weapon that won't break and it won't slow you down. And
I ain't never in my life broke no damn steel baseball bat. Them bitches are impossible to break. I've tried to break them before.
Number 4, ease of use under stress. So no skill or precision needed.
You don't need no damn skill to swing a baseball bat full force at a damn zombie head. This lady got it all messed up. That crowbar is gonna take a lot more skill than that damn baseball bat. With a crowbar, you gotta kind of like hit it the right way. You gotta swing it over the head. With a baseball bat, you just start swinging that motherfucker, bro.
The reason the crowbar is the best choice is because it delivers focused and dense impact, which is ideal for cracking skulls. It also functions as a multi-tool, so it can open doors, pry fences, break windows.
Okay, that right there makes more sense, though. I will be honest, now, her saying that just kind of made me realize why it's the right answer. That is the only reason a crowbar is smarter, because you can use it for other things besides just knocking zombies' heads off. You can use it as a way to pry open doors like she just said, or break a window, or open up a chest or a suitcase, or anything of that matter.
There's no edge to maintain, there's no power required, and it's nearly indestructible. And basically, it works in both combat and escape. All in all,
that is very true, bro. If you try to destroy a fucking crowbar, you got better luck at getting into a damn safe with a crowbar than destroying a crowbar.
It's the most versatile survival tool that you can carry. The machete was a viable option, but it's risky. It's good in the sense that it's fast and it's light, and it's good for clearing brush or like cutting rope, but it's not really designed for hard impact because it can slice through soft tissue, but it might get stuck in bone. And remember from the beginning of this video—
yeah, chat, machetes are not the best, bro. If you sit there and try and cut off a zombie's head with a damn machete, you got better luck doing something else. It's not gonna work.
I told you that in order to defeat a zombie, you have to aim for its brain. And in order to get to the brain, you have to go through the skull. And a machete can get stuck in a skull or in the bone of its neck if you're trying to cut its head.
But if you got a bat, you don't gotta get into the skull at all. You just hit that motherfucker one time good enough in the top of the head, you crack his damn skull and you bust his shit wide open and he ain't living no more, bro. That crowbar, you gonna have to take a couple swings. That baseball bat, I get that shit done in one damn job. Real talk. One swing,
the baseball
chat.
bat also looks like it could be a really good idea, but it's probably gonna perform poorly. The reason for this is because—
I was about to say, you better start explaining.
It's unnecessarily heavy, it's tiring to swing, and also there's no extra function besides the intimidation.
A baseball bat is not heavy at all, bro. Especially if it's a steel baseball bat, they're hollow as shit on the inside.
It's also often glance off of bone, so it's actually not great for cracking skulls, especially if you're swinging at a bad angle. And the cordless drill is wrong because—
bruh, there ain't no bad angles when you swinging at a head. If you grab a baseball bat and you put that bitch full force at the top of your head and you full on bam, whack on the top of a zombie's noggin, it's going bye-bye, bro. It ain't no way. Chat, think about it. I want all y'all to imagine you just sitting here getting bam right now in this moment. Imagine you're getting full force on top of the head, smacked with a damn steel bat. Are you surviving? Hell no. You ain't gonna just have no concussion. You about to have a lot worse than a concussion. You about to have repercussions, and it's gonna be brain cells if you survive that shit, bro.
because this might sound like a really good idea, but drills are not going to be lethal unless it's precisely placed.
I don't think anybody was thinking of grabbing a drill. The drill's the dumbest shit they put on this list. It's like one of them answers the teachers give you for the test. Like they give you 3 good answers and then there's one answer that's just like, why the fuck did you put it here? I know this isn't the right answer.
It's also going to require 2 hands, close contact, and also, most importantly, electricity and battery power.
That is facts.
And once it's dead, it's useless, and there's no extra utility or intimidation value to it. You now go into your kitchen for a secondary weapon. Which of these gives you the best chance of stopping a zombie in close combat? Option A, a chef's knife. Option B, a wooden rolling pin. Option C, a butcher's cleaver. Or option D, a screwdriver.
Ooh, chat, what y'all thinking here, bro? Honestly, what are y'all thinking here? Because I don't know. This is the first one where I've been like, I really don't know. I feel like I would say just because I've seen all of this, like I've seen this shit play out in zombie movies, I'm gonna say the screwdriver. And I'm gonna explain why. You can poke their eyes out with a screwdriver, chat. And I know that sounds gruesome. I know that sounds nasty, and that's not something people want to hear. But in a zombie apocalypse, I feel like a knife, you go up to them, you poke their damn eyeballs out. They can't do shit to you, bro. They can't see. They can't do nothing. They can only smell and hear, which could probably get you fucked up, but still, they can't see. Cleavers is a clean cut through a bone. Wait, is it actually? You can cut through bone with that? Like full bone. You gotta think about it. It's not just like some old rotted out bone. This is like fresh bone that's still in a human body, bro. That's the only problem with this. It's a fresh bone in a human body. Okay, you know what? I'm not second guessing myself. I'm going D. I'm not changing my answer. I'm sticking with D.
So the correct answer here is option C, a butcher's cleaver. So the reason this is the right answer is because a cleaver has the mass and blade thickness to damage a skull with short range strikes. The chef's knife is most likely going to be too thin.
My body just got red. Like, chat, my face is red. That pissed me off.
And it risks snapping or getting stuck. And the rolling pin, it feels like a bat, but it's probably too light to do real damage. And as I said with the bat, most likely it'll...
Like I just said for the last one, nobody on this list was going to pick a rolling pin. Why the hell would you get a wooden rolling pin to try and kill a zombie, bro? Make that shit make sense.
It'll bounce or glance off bone. The screwdriver here could be good because it could puncture, but it'll probably only go through soft points and you need perfect aim under pressure.
I feel like stabbing a zombie's eye out would be very, very, very useful. Now, it makes more sense why the butcher knife, you know, the cleaver, whatever the fuck you want to call it, was the best option because it can cut through bone. It would probably do the most damage. So I'm not even going to argue with that. But I would just rather use a screwdriver because think about it, chat. You get to go around. You get to close combat. Bing! Right in the eyeball. Bink! Bink! And they done for, bro. They can't see. It's a live zombie, but they can't see shit.
Therefore, it's not the best option. So you've packed our small bag, and a local broadcast says that evacuation teams are moving towards a nearby stadium within the next 48 hours. What time of day do you plan to move?
Now, please explain to me why the fuck the 24-hour plan for the first question that was like this wasn't the right answer if they're gonna turn around and, you know what? This lady might be stupid, chat.
Option A, leave just before dawn. Option B, leave in the middle of the day. Option C, leave after dark. Or option D, leave right away.
You've packed a small bag. Hold on, chat. Let me get this so I can read it all the way. You packed a small bag. Water's nearly out. A local broadcast says evacuation teams are moving towards a nearby stadium within the next 24 hours. What time of the day do you plan to move? Okay. Leave just before dawn. Leave in the middle of the day. Leave after dark. Leave right away. Chat, isn't it before dawn that you want to move with zombies? Am I right or wrong? Isn't it before dawn that you would leave? In all the zombie movies, I feel like it's it's always, or I remember hearing like before dawn. I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna go with the logical answer. I'm gonna go with what makes sense in my head and not what I've heard in movies. I'm gonna say B. Just because I feel like it's the logical answer here. Like, think about it as if you was to leave at night or right before night. It's probably a chance. Nah, because it's 6 miles away. Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, I'm going B then. I'm going B. I get it locked in. B.
So
chat.
the correct answer here is option A, leave just before dawn.
I love my truck. You're banned. You're fucking banned. Oh my God. No. There's no way. Oh my God, bro. Are you serious right now? I love my truck. I'm disappointed in you, man. I'm so disappointed in you, bro. You had one job. And it was to influence me into the right answer, but you influenced me into the wrong answer, bro. This is a sad day. I love my truck. You done me dirty right there. Fuck, chat. I was literally just talking about it. I was gonna pick A, bro. Damn, yo, I love my truck. I thought that was the right answer, bro. It's okay. I love my truck. It's okay, man. You're not actually banned. I'm just trolling. I say that all the time to everybody.
So the reason this is the right answer is because leaving right before sunrise gives you both enough light to navigate without drawing too much attention, while most threats, either human or zombie, are less alert.
Bro, that's what... Oh my gosh, Chad, that's what I was saying. I'm not even gonna explain my point, but that's pretty much what I was gonna say, Chad. Dead ass.
Night travel is not a good idea because it increases the risk of tripping, noise, or panic, and broad daylight also makes you way too visible. So you've exited your apartment.
I love my truck. I literally did not read that part correctly though. All I read was nah, because it's 6 miles away. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Chat, that makes me want to cry because now I can't turn around and change my answer. I gotta keep it what it is.
And you're making your way towards the stadium. Before seeing any zombies, you spot a group of 3 scavengers near a parked car. One is searching the trunk, another is standing lookout, and the third is carrying a pipe. They haven't noticed you yet. What do? Option A,
before seeing any zombies, you spot a group of 3 scavengers near a park. One is searching the trunk, another is standing lookout, the third is carrying a pipe. They haven't noticed you yet. What do?
Approach calmly and ask if they've seen safe zones. Option B, stay low and observe from a distance before deciding. Option C, circle wide and avoid contact entirely. Or option D, follow them quietly to see where they're heading.
I'm gonna give a quick answer to this because I feel like this one's very common sense. It's B, chat. Think about it like this. Exactly, yeah, it's B. 100% it's B. You're not gonna want to approach them calmly because what if they're weird ass people that are automatically running everybody down in the streets because they think they're zombies? Or what if they're zombies trying to play a human character? What if zombies are just somehow that smart? And it's not C, because why would you avoid contact? It's stupid to completely avoid contact. If you don't know what's going on, if you haven't observed anything, there's no reason to avoid the contact, bro. And then following them, that's really gonna get your ass killed. You're gonna fuck around and follow the wrong crowd and they gonna have real weapons and they gonna, I'm talking about, bah, 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 and they gonna light your ass up, bro. And you're gonna be really wishing you chose B.
So the correct answer here is option C, avoid.
Oh, I'm breaking something. What the? Chat, okay. How in God's green earth is it C? Why would you avoid contact? I mean, yeah, but look, B literally says, stay low and observe from a distance before deciding, which means if you stay low, if you observe, and if you watch what's happening, you can obviously make a clear standout decision of if they are normal people trying to survive or if they are zombies or weirdos trying to hunt. It's fucking B. Fuck what she says, chat. Fuck. I don't care what she says, bro. Even if she says it's C, it's B.
Good contact entirely. So the reason this is the right answer is because a wide detour keeps your location, your supplies, and your intentions secret. Early survival.
Who said that you had to share your supplies? Who said that you had to share your secrets? And who said you had to share any knowledge? Nobody. What the hell is she talking about, Chad? This is the first one where it's like, it's just the wrong answer. She does not have the right answer for this one.
States that stealth is more important than alliance building. Option A, approaching calmly, is not the right answer because in early outbreaks, strangers are often scared and hyper-reactive. There's also no trust networks established yet, so it's more likely that they'll escalate or become violent or betray you.
That's what I was saying. That was my point of option A. That's kind of where my head was with that.
Option B, watching from a distance, gives you intel, but it burns time and it also risks you being spotted if they
What the fuck do you mean it burns time? If you're in a zombie apocalypse, I promise you the last thing you're worried about is if it's fucking 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. That is the last thing you're worried about in a zombie apocalypse, bro. So the fact that she brought up time there does not support her argument any better than what mine does.
sweep their surroundings. And if they see you first, you lose initiative.
Think about it like this, bro. Why would you be focusing on what time it is rather than focusing on, hey, there's a group of normal looking people here. Let me go see if there's actually normal civilization still. And let me go see if I'm not just the only one surviving this shit, bro. That's where my brain's at. I would rather go check out and see if these are normal humans than just completely disregard it and never figure it out. Because what if they could have helped you? Or what if you could have helped them and then they helped you back? It's like, you know what I'm saying, bro? This shit that she's saying don't make sense.
Option D, following them, is also not the best answer because stalking unknown people is risky
Obviously.
and you could walk into their base or another group. There's no true incentive to doing this early on, and if you're caught, you're seen as a threat or a potential ambusher. So on your
That is
route,
facts,
you end
though.
up crossing rooftops using ladders and fire escapes. On the next rooftop, you see a zombie standing on the far ledge. It's facing away and it hasn't noticed you yet. You need to cross that roof to reach the ladder. What do?
You ended up on a rooftop and you're crossing rooftops using ladders and fire escapes. On the next rooftop, a zombie is standing near the far ledge. It's facing away and hasn't noticed you. You need to cross that roof to reach the next ladder down. What do you do?
Option A, move slowly across the rooftop, hugging the wall and staying silent. Option B, throw a bottle into the street below and lure it off the edge. Option C, try and sneak up and attack it with your crowbar. Or option D, wait for it to wander off before attempting the crossing.
Okay, hear me out here. Everybody just hear me out here, bro. Option A, moving slowly across the rooftop, hugging the wall, staying silent. Throw a bottle into the street below to lure it off the edge. Try to sneak up and kill it with your crowbar. Wait for it to wander off before attempting the crossing. My answer is option B, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because if zombies get attracted to sound, if that is their main attention, then it's going to be B. Because if you try to sneak off, try and sneak up on it, it's gonna hear you. They're literally prone to sound. Like that's what they want. They want to hear something. So if you make one little creak, one little noise, you're fucking cooked, bro. And then obviously you can move across this as slow as you want, hugging a wall, but you're not gonna stay fully silent. And even if you do, you're risking your life trying to stay silent. Option B, throw a bottle into the street below to lure it off the edge. This is the best option in general. If you think about it, if you throw it off the edge, the zombie's gonna go to it pretty much no matter what. It's a guarantee because that's what they're attracted to, is sound. It's gonna make a loud clinking noise and the zombie's attention's automatically gonna go, bam, let me go kill this human. Let me go eat this motherfucker. Option D is just a fucking stupid ass answer. Because what if that motherfucker stands there for like hours on end? Then you're wasting time. Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do. I really hope D's not the right answer because, Chad, if D is the right answer on this, I'm going to ban this woman for life of everything that involves me, bro. This woman will never be involved in anything on my life. Not that she was gonna be, but if she was gonna be, she wouldn't be. Because just the last answer, she said, chat, what was the question? It was about, I don't know, the answer was B though.
So the correct answer here is option A, move silently across. So the reason this is the right answer
What?
is because at this point, the zombie hasn't seen you yet. You're not blocked and you don't need to engage. Stealth here minimizes all risk. Option B, throwing a bottle, could work if you were on the ground, but since you're on a rooftop, sound travels unpredictably and also it could just alert more zombies below. Sneaking up.
Okay, hold on. I did not think about it like that. I'm gonna be honest. That makes a lot of sense. I did not think about it like that though, bro. So she got a little bit of game. That was a good, you know what I mean? That was a good way to explain it. I ain't gonna lie. I did not think about that.
To attack it is also not necessary since it hasn't noticed you yet, and it also puts you in close quarters with no backup plan. Option D is potentially a good idea, but waiting could take forever and it wastes daylight while giving up control. You're cutting through a narrow alley, and about 30 feet ahead, you see a zombie. It hasn't noticed you yet, but it's directly between you and the exit. There's an open side door to your left, a dumpster you could climb, and also a loose pipe on the ground nearby. What do? Option A, pick up the pipe and confront it before it gets closer. Option B, go into the side door and barricade it behind you to wait for a better moment. Option C, climb the dumpster, toss a small object away, and misdirect the zombie away from the exit. Or option D, dash past the zombie now while there's still distance.
Oh, this is a good one. I'm gonna give this a quick answer because I'm very confident on this answer. I'm gonna say C, and I'll explain why after.
So the correct answer here is option C.
Let's go! Yes, bro.
Use elevation and misdirection. So the reason this is the right answer is because it has the best combination.
Before she answers, the reason I picked this is because if you think about it, whenever there's a zombie, they're attracted to sound. Whenever there's zombies, you want to be highly elevated, bro. You want to be up because a zombie can't just climb anything. So you want to be as high up as humanly possible. So if you're using these things to elevate you, and if you're using something to, make sound away from you, you're only going to attract the zombies to the opposite, end of wherever you're at. So it makes the most sense. Just chat. Realistically, everybody should have got that right.
Of both control of the situation and also momentum. Here, you're staying away from the action and you preserve your forward route, but you also don't trigger aggression. And you might be wondering now why a sound distraction is the correct answer in the alleyway, while on the previous rooftop question, I said that sound is unpredictable.
It does make sense though, because on the roof, sound really does travel a lot. So if you're on a roof, it could travel in between buildings. It could travel, just in the airspace in general. And then on top of that, she did mention the fact that other zombies could be attending like down below, and they could easily go scatter towards that as well. So you're only going to make it harder for you to get onto the ground if you're on top of a roof and throw a bottle to the ground.
Because in the alleyway, you're in a contained space. So there's tight walls and there's short distance, and you can also see the zombie and it hasn't seen you yet. So here you're actually able to direct noise without just hoping that the zombie will react like in the previous question. And you have immediate visual feedback on how the zombie responds. And most importantly, you have escape options such as a dumpster, side door, or a fallback path. Essentially, sound is a good tool here because it's in a space that's controlled, tight, and you can control. Sound is dangerous on a rooftop in the previous question because that's a high exposure space because rooftops offer no cover. You can't see what's in surrounding buildings or below you, and a thrown bottle creates echoes which could travel downward and it can trigger zombies.
Yo, she low-key spitting game, bro. If the zombie apocalypse ever happens, I'm basing it off of this damn quiz right here. Besides the bat, bro, I'm taking that bat.
Other people on the street or in nearby buildings. Option A, fighting the zombie, is not the right answer because this is still too risky. You don't know if there are other zombies nearby or what's behind the zombie, and weapon or not, confrontation when you don't need to is high failure rate unless you're cornered. Option B, going to the side door and hiding, is a valid survival option, but you're now stuck in a closed building with its own unknowns inside. There's
That
also
is
no
true. Yo, imagine going into a building out of like fear and then you just get randomly bombarded with fucking hundreds of zombies. Imagine you're going into another building while there's a zombie apocalypse and the next thing you notice there's fucking 10 zombies running at you. You have no way out of this damn building because there's zombies outside and now there's zombies inside running at you. So that makes a lot of sense.
guarantee that the zombie will ever move on. So this option isn't wrong, but it's also not the best option. An option
Bro, you could just be putting yourself in a fucked up situation that you literally could not get out of.
D, sprinting past, is also risky because one wrong move and you could get grabbed. You turn a corner and you see another survivor.
Yo, facts. I love my truck. Once I find out who started the zombie apocalypse, they getting their ass ran down.
They're alone and they're sitting on a curb. From your first glance, they don't look injured. What do? Option A, approach slowly and ask if they're headed towards the stadium. Option B, cross to the other side and keep walking without making eye contact. Option C, turn back and take a longer route. Or option D, make brief eye contact and nod, and then keep moving.
My answer is option D, and I don't even have to explain it very deeply. For one, if I see anybody, even right now, and there's not no zombie apocalypse, sitting on the side of a curb, just eating something, just looking mysterious, I'm gonna just let them go about their business, bro. I'm gonna let them keep sitting on that curb. I'm gonna let them keep eating their damn food, and I'm gonna let them mind their damn business, bro. Because why the hell I got business walking up to somebody when I got shit going on? You know what I'm saying, bro? There's a whole zombie apocalypse going on in this situation, and I'm trying to get to the stadium so I can get out. But if this dumbass is standing in the middle of the open, sitting on a curb, while there's a zombie apocalypse going on, eating some food, my first thought is gonna go, oh shit, this guy's a zombie. Why is he sitting on the curb in the middle of the damn roads just eating? So I'm saying option D.
So the correct answer here is option D, brief eye contact and keep moving. So the reason this
I'm fucking locked in.
is the right answer is because you need to acknowledge this person without becoming a variable. Making eye contact shows your confidence and the nod signals peace. Option B or C, ignoring or avoiding them entirely, could be read as weakness, and option A of approaching them is risky. You don't know their intentions or what they've lost. While climbing a
You don't know if they're a damn zombie neither, bro.
fence, you slice your palm open on exposed metal. It's not deep, but it's bleeding. What do? Option A, cover it quickly with whatever cloth you have. Option B, wash and disinfect it before sealing it up. Option C, ignore it because it's too small to matter. Or option D, wrap it in plastic to keep the blood from dripping.
This is another absolute no-brainer. Option B, because think about it. If you don't disinfect it and you put a random cloth on it, just something that you find on your person, that cloth might have some type of bacteria or something on it to where you end up fucking around and now you're a zombie because the bacteria got in you. If you ignore it, you're definitely fucked. And if you wrap it with plastic to keep the blood from dripping, all you're gonna do is get it infected because letting it be in an open plastic like type of baggie, it's gonna get it infected, bro. Option B is the best option. Yo, she need to ask us some harder questions, brother. She's starting to make this shit a little bit too easy for us, dude.
The correct answer here is option B, clean and disinfect.
Obviously.
The reason that this is the right answer is
Bruh, my mama told me that shit with a regular ass little boo-boo, bruh. She told me, yo, listen, if you get cut, if you get a scratch, go disinfect it and then go put a Band-Aid. She said, don't ever put a Band-Aid on a scratch or a cut before you disinfect it. And ain't no damn zombie apocalypse happening here. So I'm definitely gonna do that shit while there's a zombie apocalypse happening.
because any open wound is potentially an infection point, especially if
Facts.
you're touching surfaces or dead bodies.
That's why I said the cloth. Quickly putting on a cloth, it's not smart, bro.
Small cut matters in an unsanitary environment. And here you're
Facts.
protecting yourself from both regular and zombie-related infections. You find gasoline and a lighter in an abandoned garage. Do you rig a Molotov cocktail for zombie defense? Option A, yes, because it's an explosive distraction and it destroys a zombie on contact. Option B, yes, but only as a last resort. Option C, no, because fire spreads unpredictably and it draws attention.
I don't give a fuck. Let that fire spread.
Or option D, no, it's better saved for sterilizing tools.
Ooh. Oh, wait a second. This is tough. It's between B and D, though. This is a tough question. Because think about it. If you say yes, and it's your last resort type of like option, that's a good idea. But it's also really good to save for your tools, because think about it. Let's say you have a screwdriver. Let's say you have, the butcher's knife, the cleaver that they were showing us earlier. Let's say you had that, right? Let's say you're trying to cut shit. Let's say you got some meat and you need to dice it up to make the food you're trying to make. You gotta sterilize it, you gotta disinfect it, and you gotta make it able to be used. So I'm gonna stay on the safe side. I'm gonna say no, because it's better to be safe and use it to sterilize your tools. Instead of using it for a defense mechanism, it's better to use it to disinfect shit. It was option C? Are you dead ass right now?
Spreads unpredictably and it draws attention. Or option D, no, it's better saved for sterilizing tools.
Are you serious, bro? How? What the fuck? Wait a second, though. I mean, okay, listen, I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, D is somewhat similar of an answer. So, just in general, that doesn't make sense to me. I feel like B or D is a better option than C. 100%, bro. Okay, she's giving a slideshow. We're gonna skip the slideshow.
Shelter in the back room of a corner shop when your route was blocked. It's a small space with one door, no windows, and a zombie has just stumbled in from the front. Inside this room with you are a metal drawer, a kitchen knife, duct tape, and a narrow closet with slatted wooden doors. You have seconds to react. What do you do? Option A, tape.
Okay, so the question is, you're taking shelter in the back of a room, or you're taking the I'm about to break. Yo, Preston, if you can't speak proper English, I'm going to fucking crash out on you, bro. Yes, chat. I'm telling this stupid motherfucker up here, whatever's working up here, it needs to calm down a little bit and it needs to learn fucking English, bro. You're taking shelter in the back of a room. Holy shit. You're taking shelter in the back of the room of a corner shop after you know what? Fuck it.
The knife to a broken broom handle and prepare to fight. Option B, hide silently in the closet and hope it passes. Option C, climb onto the metal drawer and prepare to strike from above. Or option D, make noise to lure the zombie fully in and then try and slip behind it and escape.
Oh, this is good. This is a good question. I would say I'm gonna choose. That's what I was about to say. I love my truck. I think I'm gonna say C. The reason I would say that is because metal, a zombie's not going to be able to grip onto. It's not going to be able to climb onto. So, in theory, the fact that you're on a height and you're going to have a weapon, it's just going to help your case even more. So, I'm saying C.
So the correct answer here is option C,
Let's
use
go.
elevation and
I
timing.
fucking knew it.
So the reason this is the right
Like I just said, elevation. Chat, that elevation is all that matters.
answer is because standing on the drawer gives you both height, force, and also angle to strike the zombie.
Big facts.
As established before, these zombies are slow moving, so if you wait for it to enter and then drive a downward strike where it counts, this is probably your best bet. Option A, making the DIY spear, is not a good idea because makeshift spears often are not going to hold up in real pressure.
That
A
is
tape
very
knife
true.
is unstable, and if you have one shot to pierce its skull, it's most likely not going to come from a very panicked jab. Option B, hiding in the closet, is normally a good idea, but again, this closet has slatted doors and the room is too small.
Yo, she low-key spitting game right now, bruh. She's actually spitting game. If I'm in a zombie apocalypse, I'm rewatching this video, chat. I need to find this quiz on a real level. Instead of it being a video, I need to find it on a real level where I can go take this quiz and like actually select my answers instead of just saying it.
If the zombie even hears a breath or brushes against the door, you're trapped inside with no escape. And option D, luring the zombie in and slipping past, could work in a bigger space, but not here. As mentioned, it's a small room and you can't circle one in a small room and you have no idea what's waiting outside. So you've just successfully fought the zombie off at close range. You're unbitten, but it's blood splattered on your mouth and your hands. What do you do first? Option A, wipe yourself down with a towel or cloth. Option B, rinse with soap and water immediately. Option C, disinfect your skin with hand sanitizer. Or option D, wait and see if symptoms appear.
This is actually a hard question. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know what I would choose here. Wipe yourself down with a cloth. No, that's definitely not the answer. Rinse with soap and water immediately. Disinfect your skin with a hand sanitizer. Wait to see if the symptoms appear. I mean, logically, I would say disinfect your skin with hand sanitizer, but I don't know, bro. I feel like hand sanitizer doesn't really clean you like it says it does, right? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say C. I'm gonna stick with my answer and I'm gonna say C.
So the correct answer here is option B, rinse with soap and water. The reason this is the right answer is because if the virus spreads through blood, then you have to treat it like a biohazard. Soap and water removes infectious material better than alcohol, and sanitizer can't neutralize any contamination in the eyes or the mouth. Speed matters here, so waiting to see if symptoms appear is also a terrible idea. So by this point, all of your clean water is gone. You find a puddle of
facts.
water
Hey,
next
she's
to a
spitting
corpse
facts, chat.
that's clearly been mauled by zombies. What do? Option A, boil the water because heat kills everything. Option B, filter the water with cloth and then boil it. Option C, avoid it unless you have proper filtration. Or option D, dilute it with cleaner water and hope it's safe.
Okay, hold on. This one's actually making me think. All your clean water is gone. You find a puddle of murky water next to the corpse that's clearly been mauled by zombies. Or mauled, whatever the word is. Boil it, filter it with cloth, then boil it. Avoid it unless you have proper filtration. Dilute it with cleaner water and hope it's safe. Option B is the only right answer.
So the correct answer here is option C, avoid it.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This lady's gonna piss me off, chat. This lady's gonna piss me off. Okay, I mean, that kind of made me mad, but if you really think about it, okay, you wouldn't want to give yourself water poison. No, that's true, but I think the reason she's saying this is because you gotta think about it. It's water that has been contaminated by a dead zombie. So there's literally a dead zombie laying in this puddle of water or right next to it. So what she's saying does make sense. I'm not gonna lie. But if you filter it with a cloth and then boil it, that does get rid of 99, like majority of the bacteria and shit. So I'm gonna be honest, B is a good answer. You could do it, but it's safer to do C. So I think they're both right answers. It's just C is the better answer. It's the right answer in this case because of the situation you're in. I think that's why it's the right answer.
Without proper filtration. So the reason this is the right answer is because while boiling is effective against bacteria, it's not effective against all viral agents or chemical containments.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what I
don't
was
know
just
enough about
saying.
zombie blood to know if it contains persistent infection particles. Option B, filtering with the cloth and then boiling, is also a bad idea because filtering only removes debris but not pathogens. You're inside a store with broken glass on the floor. A group of 4 zombies wanders in from a side entrance. They haven't noticed you yet, and you're crouched behind the checkout counter. What do? Option A, crawl quietly against the back wall to the emergency exit. Option B, stay completely still until they pass, even if it takes hours. Option C, throw a metal object to the far corner and sneak out the front. Or option D, try and separate one from the group and take it down. So the correct
Damn, yo, chat. Okay, these questions are starting to get more hard. They're starting to get harder and harder as we go. Okay, let me reread this question. You're inside a store with a broken glass on the floor. A group of 4 zombies wanders in from a side entrance. They haven't noticed you yet. You're crouched behind a checkout counter. What do? Crawl quietly along the brick wall to the emergency exit. Stay completely still until they pass, even if it takes hours. Throw a metal object to the far corner and sneak out of the front. Try to separate one from the group and take it down. I'm going to say option A. And I'm going to say this, and this is the reason why I say option A. If you stay there, if they smell you, if they see you, if they realize you're there at all, you're dead. Option C. If you throw a metal object to the far corner and sneak out, yeah, sure, the metal object is going to lure them away from you in that moment. But if you run away, they're going to hear you, bro. They're going to hear your steps. They're going to hear your foot. They're going to hear you running, bro. Running isn't something that's not quiet. I mean, running is not something that's quiet. Running's a pretty loud thing to do. So theoretically, not theoretically, realistically, option A is the best way to go. Because C and D will attract more. Yeah, I love my truck. Exactly. I would say option A because it's smarter, bro. It's the smart option here.
So the correct answer here is option C, use noise.
How? I'm not even gonna argue with this one. I'm just gonna say how and leave it at that. What the fuck, bro?
Noise tactically. The reason this is the right answer is because zombies react to sound, and you don't want them investigating your section of the store. Throwing an object quietly obviously creates false noise distraction, and it also gives you a chance to exit. Option B, waiting, was a valid answer, but it's a gamble on your time. And option A is a bad idea because if you can remember from the scenario, there's glass on the floor, and crawling on glass is just risk. Option D, engaging one, is dumb. You should.
Okay, but if there's glass on the floor, okay, see, look, and this is where I'm trying to tell you, what she's saying is, it doesn't make sense. If there's glass on the floor and you throw a metal object to lure them away, they're gonna hear the metal object, and then as soon as you start running, all that glass on the floor and everything that's in your way is gonna make noise and attract more zombies. So, bitch, you're dumb.
Probably know that by now. You should always avoid confrontation if possible, and
well, your answer isn't avoiding confrontation. Your answer is causing confrontation. She literally just said avoid confrontation, but she is literally telling us that the right answer is to cause confrontation. She said throw a bottle and run away. Throwing a bottle makes noise, and running away damn sure makes noise whenever there's glass on the ground. At least in my case, when I run, it does. And I'm not no fucking fat ass, chat. I'm skinny as shit. So I know good and damn well I ain't the only one making noise when I run on glass, bro.
Remember, there's a group of zombies. Other ones will hear. So you continue making your way to the stadium. You're almost there.
That's the second question that she has asked throughout this whole thing that has made me really want to jump through this screen and karate. No, I'm trolling, chat. I'm obviously joking. Don't nobody take that serious, bro.
When you're 2 blocks away from your destination, you realize that someone is quietly following you at a distance. They haven't called out yet. What do? Option A, call them out and ask them to identify themselves.
Hell no.
Option B, pick up your pace, make several turns to test if they're tracking you.
Hell
Option
yeah.
C, stop abruptly and wait for them to catch up so you can confront them. Or
Hell
option D,
no.
turn around and start walking towards them to intimidate them.
Hell no. Option B is the best answer. If you disagree, you're gonna die in this situation. Option B.
So the correct answer is option B, change your pace and test if they're following you. The reason this is the right answer is because if someone's following you silently, you should never confront them directly.
Hell no, that's in any situation. That's in right now, in a zombie apocalypse, in any scenario, if somebody following your ass, get up out of there, bro. Cause if they, I'm telling you, if they following you, they got a reason to be following you. Ain't nobody fixing to be making the exact same left and right turns straight back. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be making the same turns, the same directions as you every single time. So if you doing random ass turns and random ass back and forth and they following you, Skedaddle.
Change your pace and take sharp turns, and if they match you, it's deliberate. Once you establish they are in fact following you, then you can break the line of sight and change direction. Talking to them or walking towards them gives them
Facts too, because listen, if you start running or if you start picking up your walking, they're not gonna allow you to start catching a lead. They're gonna keep trying to stay up to your pace, bro. Even if it's today's age and it's a kidnapper or something, they're gonna stay up on your pace. They're gonna try and be on your ass the whole time so they don't lose sight of you, bro.
control, and you need options here that minimize risk. So you've just changed pace and you've made several sharp turns and they match every move. So now you know they're deliberately following you. You're still 2 blocks away from your destination. What do you do? Option A, duck into a building, break the line of sight, and then exit via a back route. Option B, run the final 2 blocks to lose them and reach the evacuation point as fast as you can. Option C, hide in a shadowed spot and ambush them when they pass. Or option D, shout at them that you know they're following and threaten them to back off.
I'm gonna say option B, because if you continue running and if you make it as close to that evacuation point as possible, you have so much more of a chance of surviving this situation than you would if you hid in a shadow and tried to ambush them. What if they see you get in that shadow? Or what if they notice you while they're walking by and you don't get the chance to ambush them? Then you're fucked.
So the right answer here is option A, break the line of sight and exit from another route. So the reason this is the right answer is because breaking the line of sight is power here. Once this person can't see you, you regain tactical control of the situation. Entering a building also gives you many alternate exits, angles, and barriers. And most people that are following—
whoa, hold on. Did I get that right? Wait, chat, hold on. I wasn't paying attention. I got it wrong. Are you serious? Duck into a building, break line of sight, and exit via a back route. But what if they see which way you go? What if they see the way you turn? What if they follow you on the same route, bro? It's like they're following you, so how are you gonna duck into a building and even get that opportunity to do that? You're not. So realistically, I'm sprinting. I'm getting the fuck up out of there. I don't care what this says. I'm getting my ass up out of there, bro.
So the reason this is the right answer is because breaking the line of sight is power here. Once this person can't see you, you regain tactical control of the situation.
Yeah, but how the fuck are you gonna break the line of sight without running or sprinting? Like how are you physically possibly gonna do that?
Entering a building also gives you many alternate exits, angles, and barriers. And most people that are following you don't expect sudden lateral movement. Most likely, they're watching you for forward momentum. And if you break the line of sight, you now have options to either double back, wait it out, or have a more controlled confrontation on your own terms.
I mean, what she's saying is true, but how the fuck are you gonna get away from this person long enough to break sight? You're not gonna be able to, especially if they're on your ass.
Option B, running to the evacuation point, is a bad idea because it shows desperation. And more importantly, you're going to lead them to your only safe haven and—
Okay, and what if I'm faster than them? They can't do shit about it.
And potentially compromise it. Option C, ambushing them, is also a bad idea because even if you win, you risk injury or noise. And
that
you
is
don't know
facts.
anything
That's what
about
I said. Even if you do win, or even if you don't win, there's so many possibilities where ambushing them could go wrong, where they could find you before you're able to do it. There's so many different situations where it could go bad.
So it's very unlikely that you're going to control the fight. Option D, threatening them out loud, is also a bad idea because aggressive posturing only works if you have leverage in the situation. Otherwise, you're escalating a situation where that person might feel cornered or it provokes violence. So you've successfully evaded this person and you're now 1 block away from the evacuation zone.
Chat, we are 1 question away from the final question. Are we going to be able to survive the zombie apocalypse?
A lone zombie is blocking the gate entrance. It's slow, but it's fully alert and squarely in your path. You have a crowbar, a flashlight, a water bottle, and a cracked riot shield that you found earlier. What do? Option A, use the riot shield to push it aside and run past. Option B, blind the zombie with a flashlight and strike it over the head with a crowbar.
No,
Option C,
not.
wait for another person to draw its attention and then move. Or
No.
option D, throw your water bottle to the far side of the street and then rush through.
I think option A is the best one. If you have a riot shield, nothing can fuck with you, bro. At all. A riot shield means you can bust through them zombies like it's nothing, bro.
So the correct answer here is option A, push through with the shield. So the reason this is the right answer is because bypassing is always smarter if you have the option. And here, disabling—
Facts. And bro, a riot shield, nothing's breaking through a riot shield. Bro, a fucking Cal, a Cal 50 can barely get through a riot shield, bro. And if you don't know what a Cal 50 is, go look it up.
the zombie is not necessary. A riot shield gives you both force and direction. Option B, fighting the zombie, again, risks too much noise and injury, and you're this close to the destination. Combat is—
Listen, don't flame me in a chat. I meant to say 50 cal, not cal 50. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
unnecessary here if you have the option to redirect and move on. For your best chance of survival, you should always avoid fights unless they're absolutely required. Option C, waiting it out, and option D, throwing the bottle are not good because the zombie's already seen you, so it's unlikely that waiting it out or distracting it will be very effective.
Facts, bro. That zombie is not about to chase no damn glass bottle over some human blood. The hell is it gonna get out of that glass bottle? Not a damn thing, bro. Besides what? Some fucking little chips in his tooth, bro. It gonna have to get a toothpick and pick out glass from in between its teeth if it goes and eats that shit, bro.
So you successfully bypass the zombie and you finally arrive at the evacuation site. It's surrounded by high fencing, guards, and you can see a panicked looking crowd nearby. You accidentally dropped your crowbar during the encounter earlier, and so now you're unarmed. What's the most strategic way to approach? Option A, push through the crowd because urgency signals that you need help.
This is the last question. We cannot get this one wrong, bro. This is the last question. We cannot get this shit wrong.
Option B, wait nearby and watch how the guards treat incoming people. Option C, call out from a distance and raise your arms. Or option D, walk directly to the guards, show your hands, and stay silent.
Okay, I'm gonna reread this question. You arrive near the evacuation site. It's surrounded by fencing with guards in fatigues and panicked-looking crowds nearby. You're unarmed. What is the most strategic way to approach? A, push through the crowd. B, wait nearby and watch how the guards treat incoming people. C, call out from a distance and raise your arms. D, walk directly to the guards, show your hands, and stay silent. I think realistically, chat, and y'all can also answer too. If y'all feel like answering, y'all can. I think option D is the best. Because think about it. If you go up to the guards, if you make sure you have your hands up and you're showing signs that you are a normal human and you're clearly seeing these other groups of people waiting around like they're obviously treated well, I think you'd be good. So I'm going to go with a logical answer and I'm going to say D because that's what I would do. I would rather walk up with my hands and everything free in the air, surrendering, than trying to sit by, stay calm, and watch what's going on. That's 100%. I would much rather just walk up, go balls deep into the shit, and walk away happy.
So the correct answer here is option B, observe before approaching. So the reason this is—
I do understand it though. I do understand it. B is a smarter answer, but D is what I would do in that situation.
the right answer is because evacuation zones are often unstable. You don't know if the guards are armed or overwhelmed. Option A, pushing in—
Okay, but why would a guard randomly shoot at somebody or something like that? They would definitely kind of observe what's going on before that happens.
could get you mistaken for a threat. And option C draws attention to you, again without you having further context. Option D, walking up silently, can also be seen as evasive or again potentially confrontational. The safest thing to do—
How though? If you walk up safely with your hands up in the air, you're not gonna be fucked with, bruh. At least that's what I think. That's my case. I feel like if I was in that situation, walking up like this, surrendering, is not confrontational. And it's not a possibility that I'm gonna be a problem to them.
do is still to watch protocol and then mimic it calmly. So that wraps up the last of the questions, and hopefully you made it. So count up how many of the answers you got correct. You should now have a score out of 28. So now—
Okay, I think I got 6 questions wrong.